most people don't realize the purpose of life. I repeat again, most people do not realize the purpose of life, which is knowing, experience, and being. So the purpose of life is knowing, experience, and being. So you cannot experience which you do not know. And shout out to the book Conversation with God. So you cannot experience which you do not know. Meaning you already know hot water and cold water. So the knowing part is you knowing cold water and hot water. Is you knowing you are a father and not a mother. Is you knowing you're a father. Like for me, I know that I'm my father. And if a woman, she will know that she's a mother. You understand? And for me, I know I'm straight. Other person will know they are gay. Or other person will know that she's a female. You know? She's a daughter. Or he's a son. All those kind of things, that's knowing. You know who you are. You know you're a son. You know you're a father. You know you're a mother. You know you are short. You know you are tall. You know you are skinny. You know you are thin. You know you are fat. All this is knowing. So the experience part is where you're gonna tell the difference between thin and fat. You know what I'm saying? So life give you the opposite of who you are or what you want, so you can tell the difference between the two. You understand? So the experience is when you're gonna know the difference. Like if you know hot water and cold water, how do you tell the difference? To experience. You're gonna experience hot water, then you're gonna experience cold water, then you're gonna tell which one is which based off the experience. You know what I'm saying? If you never experience being straight or being gay, you wouldn't know the difference between the two. You would know them, but you wouldn't know the difference. And then when you experience being straight and you experience being gay, then you'll be like, yeah, now I know I ain't gay. Now I know who I am through the experience. So everything you experience, you already know. For example, you already know you're a father. You already know you're a father. So since you already know you're a father, for you to actually know that, like to actually tell the difference between knowing and being or experiencing, that's when you have kids. Because there's a difference between knowing and experience. The experience tells you which one is which. You see, you can know rich and you can know poor. But for you to actually know the difference between the two, that's when you experience. You experience being poor and you experience being rich. You understand? So the point of this video is, if you understand the purpose of life, then you understand that you as a person, you are already everything in existence. Meaning, you're already rich. And you know this. The fact that someone else is rich means you know you're rich, but you have not experienced being rich. I know I'm poor and I've experienced being poor, but I never experienced being rich, but I know I'm rich. You understand? That's what I'm trying to say. I know I'm rich. I know this. The fact that I have experienced being poor, I know I'm rich, is because being rich is depending up on your surrounding. Like, if you have a house and a car, you are rich. Because there's someone else who don't have what you have. That's how life is. There's someone else who don't have a car, don't have a house, The homeless people, they sleep outside. You sleep inside like me here. I'm rich. I'm rich, but not where I want to be. You understand what I'm saying? I'm already rich. There's a people from where I came from in East Africa and Tanzania who don't have electricity. Not everybody, but you know what I'm saying? Some people who don't have electricity, they never even see the light bulb in their life. Like in their life, they never even see. Some people, they never even see that kind of stuff, right? So in their eyes, if they see me and they see the kind of life that I have, I got a fridge, I got a stove, I got food, I got a job. That's rich. You understand? That's rich. Because in each stage of life, like each stage of life comes with each struggles. Whatever you are, there's a struggles that you gotta go through. It's like there's experience that you can have. And each experience, there's awareness. There's awareness of each experience. For example, let me tell you what I'm trying to say here. Being rich, right? For you to want to be rich, you have to be aware of the value of rich, which you already know. By being poor, you already recognize the value of rich. Since you can recognize the value of rich, then when you receive it, you appreciate it and valuing it, because you already experienced the opposite of rich, which is being poor. So the purpose of life, like I said, is knowing, experiencing, being. You understand? And the life is always gonna remind us why we should be grateful. It's always gonna remind us why we should be grateful. Because the grateful part is where it makes life important. Is where it makes life exciting. Like if you always get what we want easily, then whatever we want, it becomes useless. You understand what I'm saying? If all of us, we can be rich, then richness becomes meaningless. It becomes nothing. Nobody cares. It becomes nothing. If we can't die, then the purpose of life becomes meaningless. You understand? That's why we have the opposite of each thing. So the opposite of each thing can keep reminding us of the value of what we want. If you want to be rich, you have to experience being poor first. That's why when someone is rich, he wouldn't laugh at someone being poor or broke because he already broke. He been broke. You understand? He been broke. He is broke. You understand? That's why when you listen, anybody who is an influencer, he will never laugh, or anyone who is rich, he will never laugh at someone being poor. If someone laugh at you because you are poor, they're stupid. Like, stupid. Because they're not actually laughing at you. They actually laugh at themselves. You understand? Because, to be honest, they need you to be where you are so they can be where they are. Because they cannot know who they are without you. Meaning they need you to be poor so they can know themselves as rich. You understand where I'm going? You understand where I'm going now? And they know they are poor because they're being poor. You understand? They're being poor. They were poor. But now they're rich. But they was already rich. They just experience being rich. Like everybody's rich. You, me, everybody is already rich. It's just a matter of fact. It's just a matter of fact of experiencing things. You can't get one without the others, right? Like, if listen, from where I came from in East Africa, in a refugee camp, where to get water I have to travel a couple miles by legs, and now the water is just inside the house. I'm rich. You understand? Rich, rich, rich. I got a TV in front of me. I don't know the size of this TV, but there's a time where TV, it was not on my face. Phone, it was not on my face. Microphone, it was not on my face. Headphones, it was not on my face. I had nothing per se, but I knew I was rich. I just didn't. Now I'm just experiencing now being rich, which I'm grateful from where I am. You see, most of the time, because we humans, we forget. Since now I'm making this video, I actually remember where I came from and where I am now. There's a big difference. There's a big gap. But because I'm a human, what I have right now is still not enough. I still want to reach more. Because there's always more. Like every level you get, there's always more. You're trying to get more things, more cars, more life, more dreams, more big house. But the reason why you want more things, more these, more these, more that, is because you actually forget being grateful. You forgot. Now I'm remembering, like, man, like I come from far away, my brothers and sisters. I come from far away. Like, it's amazing. That's why I'm trying to go back home, so I can see where I come from. So when I come back here, I can actually remember being grateful. So I can actually have the awareness and the gratitude of being grateful. Because it's, listen guys, man, wow. You see, that's why we have the opposite of things to remind us to be grateful, to appreciate things. You see, if you surrender by richness, you forget poor. Since you're in richness, there's more into richness and there's more into poorness. There's a level into stuff. That's why there's a middle class, have like below middle class and all these kind of stages in life. The reason these stages are there is because each stage there's a gratitude. Like this, you have to be grateful in each stage. You know what I'm saying? I cannot appreciate being where I am without where I came from. You understand what I'm saying? I have to appreciate where I came from so I can appreciate where I am. The fact that I was in Africa, the kind of life that I experienced, and now the difference, that's why I value where I am. I value the fact that I got electricity, I got lights, I got a job, I got coaches and chairs, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. It's a beautiful, amazing, amazing where I have got where like where I have become is amazing, guys. This is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing, guys, to remember where you have been and where you are. It's amazing. The awareness, like the awareness itself, the gratitude, like the grateful part just came, but just by me remembering the opposite of who I'm not. I'm not longer that boy who was in Africa, but that boy who I was in Africa made it who I am today. Made it who I am today important and more valuable. And that's why I value myself today. And that's why I told you guys the purpose of, if you understand the purpose of life, which is knowing, experiencing, being, then if you already know, then your experience is just gonna give you the difference from where you are, from where you were and where you are, so you can be able to value each stage in each place of life that where you became. For example, for me, I know I'm rich and I know I'm poor based off where I came from and where I am right now. Right? I'm already rich. See? Because you see, when you came, like, listen, if you're someone who came from Africa and you came here to America, you start to experience the life of American life, the house, the electricity, everything becomes normal. Because everything is already normal to you. And you have seen the opposite of who you are now, which is people who have other things than what you have, then you become ungrateful. But if you remember from where you came from now, then you say, man, I'm grateful. You understand what I'm saying? Man, I'm grateful. That's why life give us obstacles, like life can punish you. Life is trying to teach you awareness or remind you awareness, because you already know this. It's just to remind you the awareness. That's why it's knowing. So the knowing is awareness. So the knowing is awareness, and the experience is when you experience, so you can know the difference. And the being, once you know, then you are being. Once you're being, then obviously you're going to be grateful. Because you already knowing is the awareness, and then the experience is the differences between the who you are and who you're not. And the being, you see, once you know, then you are being, then you will become the thing. Then you know what I'm saying, you being the thing. So that's why today I have to tell you guys this, so you guys can be able to understand the purpose of life. Knowing experiences, the awareness of things, and the experiences, the differences of things, so you can be able to be grateful. Guys, you have to remember when you didn't have a car, you have to remember all those things. It's very important. Very important, guys. It's very important. It's very important, guys. Like, now I'm rich. Like, I'm rich, nigga. Like, oh, my bad. Like, I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich. Very rich. 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 Very rich. Yes. Yes. Rich. So, guys, thank you for watching. And you can always remember, your mindset is your superpower. Mindset is a superpower. And thank you for my mentor, my coach, the bad boy of the dating game, for